Hello YouTube, this is Bruno with another Minecraft video for you. Today we're gonna talk about the perfect wither skeleton farm. I mean, obviously in Minecraft there is no such thing as a perfect farm. There are always small farms or huge farms or very efficient farms or very elegant farms. Anyway, if we talk about wither skeleton farms, I think there's one that is a clear favorite of mine, which is IanXOfours farm. So let's have a look at this original world download. So the player stands in the killing chamber and the wither skeletons are teleported using two portals, one up on the nether roof and one down below. The wither skeletons are drawn in by a golem into this nether portal. So this is a two-player farm if you play on a server, so you will need a second player in the overworld to make sure that the wither skeletons don't despawn. But this is really the only thing you need to build. For other wither skeleton farms, you have to spawn proof for hours and hours or possibly days, and this is pretty dangerous in a fortress. This farm even I can build in an hour or so, and I'm not a great builder. And the rates are, for this amount of time, fantastic, because you will get in 1.18 about 100 skulls per hour. Now in 1.17 it used to be a bit more, because the mob spawning rules have changed. Now wither skeletons will spawn only in total darkness, so the portal gives enough light to block a pretty large region of the farm. But of course the question is always, if you build a farm, can you improve it? And the answer is yeah, a bit. So let's talk about that really quickly. Now, if you haven't seen Ian's video about this farm, then pause this video right here and go watch it, because it's fantastic. And I won't talk about how the farm is built. I will only talk about how I changed it. There are basically three questions I want to talk about. The first is, can you get gold from the piglins? And the answer is yes, absolutely. And I think it does make sense, because this is a farm that you can build really early on. So it could be the first farm in the nether, and if you don't have a gold farm, this farm will produce enough gold to keep you floating. Maybe not enough to do extensive piglin bartering, but absolutely enough to craft a ton of golden apples, powered rails and stuff like that. Now the second question is, can you improve the amount of wither skeletons with a second platform? And the answer is yes, but not by a lot. The spawning rates will improve, but not as much as I hoped. So I basically built a second platform here, put a second iron golem on top. So the third question is, can you get a bit more blaze rods? And the answer is, well, not really. Now the problem with blazes is that they won't move on their own if they are 32 blocks away from the player, and there's no way to lure them, unlike wither skeletons and piglins that you can lure with an iron golem and turtle eggs. So the only way to move the blazes into the portal is basically use slime pushers or flying machines. So this doesn't really fit the idea of this being a farm that you can build very easily. And of course flying machines tend to break. You absolutely don't want to go down in the nether and repair a flying machine that broke once you unloaded the chunk. When I did it, I got about 3 stacks of blaze rods per hour, so I don't think it's worth it. The modification to capture the zombie piglins and to get gold are actually quite easy. All you basically have to do is to move this nether portal here back 1 block. So do it like this. Just get rid of these stairs, move them forward 1 block. Now you might want to move the nether portal down 1 block to avoid some pathfinding issues that will crop up here and there. We need 1 block space to put the turtle eggs in. Add slabs here in the corners so no mob can get in from this side, they will have to go around here. And add stairs here in the corners. Put a turtle egg on. The zombie piglins are drawn to these turtle eggs, and they will have to go around here and go into the portal. Obviously you'll need to get rid of the eggs here. And as you can see, all the piglins go into the portal. Now obviously if you want to collect all the drops, and I would argue it's worth it, at least for the coal, but certainly for the gold if you don't have a gold farm, then you will need an item sorter. If you have built it once, then you can probably build it with your eyes closed, because it's really easy and it takes 15 minutes to build an item sorter like this. Let's have a look at the rates. In the original farm, taken from Eden's world download, but used in 1.18.1, we got 101 wither skulls, 24 blaze rods, about 53 stacks of coal, 72 stacks of bones, and no gold, obviously. These numbers are not super scientific. I let the farm run for about 3 hours, so there might be a bit of randomness in there, but I think 3 hours will give us a decent enough approximation. Now, if you change the portal to allow to lure the piglins, then the rates dropped a bit, but if you moved the turtle eggs inside the portal, the rates were pretty much back at the original. So we now get the same 101 wither skulls. We also get a lot of more blaze rods, and I suspect this is because the piglins push the blazes into the portal. So this is a nice effect. The rates for coal and for bones are pretty much the same, and you do get 39 blocks of gold. So this is basically 40 golden apples. This is not great for a gold farm, but considering that the change was so easy, I would absolutely take it. The XP about doubles. So in the original farm we had 12.6k XP per hour, and here we get 22k. Now if we add a second platform, then we can improve the rates by about 30%. This was actually an 8-hour simulation, so I'm pretty confident that the rates are okay. The wither skulls go up to 133. The blaze rods go up to 77 per hour. The other rates improve as expected. 70 stacks of bones, 87 stacks of coal, and you get 67 blocks of gold. So the gold improves a bit more because the piglins have slightly different spawning mechanics. The XP goes up to 30.8k. Is it worth adding a third platform? No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure we would hit the mob cap because we can't do anything about the blazes. You can see that you have plenty of blazes in the bottom, and of course you also have a few mobs in the areas around. Now if you're going to add an item sorter anyway, like I do, I think it's absolutely worth to collect the gold because you have additional gold and no drop in rates. For the second platform, I guess it's your choice if you build it. The rate increase of 30% is probably not much of a difference for the wither skulls, because 100 wither skulls or 130 wither skulls both are tons of beacons, especially if you AFK for several hours. But if you go for the coal and for the gold, then it may be a good idea to spend the time to add the second platform. If you go for the second platform, you will have to build a quad hopper speed system like that here. So for both of the hoppers, we have a double speed line into droppers. Both of these droppers are pulsed using an observer clock, so they work at double hopper speed. So essentially we have 4 times hopper speed. If you go down to double hopper speed, if you just use 2 hoppers, the item will back up because the piglins give you so much gold nuggets, but also so much rotten flesh. For the blaze rods, I must say I'm pretty happy with the 61 or 77, depending if you go for 1 or 2 platforms, because this is plenty if you just need the blaze rods for brewing and to craft a few end rods. So my world download is in the description, feel free to check it out. For the storage, there is a button here where you can reset all the contents of the sorting. So if you just press this button, everything will be empty. And you can start your experiments on your own or change the farm. Thanks for watching. I hope you had a bit of fun. Leave a like if you like the videos, leave a comment if you have any questions. And if you haven't seen Eden's video, go watch it. Bye bye.